March the 30th, in Luke chapter 8, verse 48, Jesus does two really tender things. This woman who's had an issue of blood for 12 years, he called her daughter, and then he spoke peace over her. Now you think about this woman for 12 years had no single human contact. She hadn't been touched in 12 years. You know what that does to the soul? Because anyone who touched her was unclean. Anything she sat on was considered unclean, so she wasn't allowed in people's homes. She wasn't allowed any religious services. But most of all, she lost all her money. But most of all, people looked on her as cursed. They thought these kind of things were a curse. That's why when she touched Jesus, she broke all the rules. And in verse 47, it says she's trembling and she fell on his knees. And that's why it's so beautiful that knowing she's just terrified that she's about to be rebuked and condemned, that this great mighty man of God looks at her and calls her daughter. And then he spoke something over her that she hadn't had in many years. He said, go in peace. Let's be like Jesus.